Okay, hello, hello, hello. Okay. And then my mom was, my mom told us if she needs me, if she needs to pack anything. She also offered to buy me some outfits. Dagam, you're going to Morocco. It's like quite some mile away. Do you need me to buy you some shoes? Do you need me to buy you some stuff like that? And I mean, the tension between me and my family was a bit exciting. Unfortunately, Manchester City did not lose. So again, the competition for the number one title against Arsenal is very tight. That's unfortunately not something that's happening. Hopefully this week, end of week, Arsenal has a game against Everton. That's something I'm really looking forward to. Apart from that, I guess, this is really something that happened throughout my week in brief. So now that Emre is here, Emre, do you think you can be able to provide us with organizational updates or?
Order this time.
Oh, all right. Okay, up next, we're going to have Ethiopian education updates given to us by Brook. Okay.
Thank you, Dagi. Hello, everyone. So I'm Brook Makonam from In-Person Ethiopian Education. So this week, for the past 2 weeks, we've been going through DP lectures and DP contents, which is really interesting parts of our education. DP is something nice to learn, and when you know it, it's like a superpower or something. So like we're covering DP, and we finished the second part of the DP1. So we have DP1 and DP2. The first part is top down, and the second part is going to be bottom up. And the top down part is sectioned into 2 parts. So last week we covered the first part, and this week we have managed to cover the second part of DP1. And we also covered DP2, which is the bottom up approach. We're planning to start the product idea review, but unfortunately we didn't. And I have actually interesting information on this. I checked the response for the ideation form, and I think last week when I reported it was around 50 something. And guess what it is right now? Any guesses? Come on. We collected 50 something in the past 3 weeks or now. It's actually close to 100. Like we got 91 project ideas. So that's really huge. Yeah. And I think around 70% of that contribution is from G5 students. So kudos to you, G5 members. Great job. And we have to go through this 91 project ideas, and that is going to take time, and we'll be going through them starting from next week. ETC PCCT Cup. So there is a competition for competitive programming competition, and it is going to happen this Saturday, and we've registered our students. I think from the 2 schools, Addis Ababa ASTU and Adama ASTU, all students have registered, but from AIT side, not everybody was registered. I'm not sure, like there is a difference in interest or something, I don't know. But not everybody has registered, and the ones that are not registered for this competition, they are going to be going through our normal contest on Saturday. We managed to get the social activity items. So like we're trying to enhance the social activity experience for the students. And for the 2 schools, Saba Astu and Adama Astu, we already purchased the items that were needed, like some joysticks, playing cards, Rubik's. And for AIT, we got approval from Emre for getting these items, and we'll be purchasing them next week, and it will be available for the students. Yes, projects learning path preparation has continued, and we had reviews for the 2 tech stacks. I think not tech stack, like the 2 teams, mobile and web. And we have done the first round of review, and this is going to continue. And yeah, we're working on that as well. And also we were working on selecting deputy lead head of education for AIT. And I'll be presenting that after this slide, after covering the plans. Okay, the plan for the upcoming week, we'll be covering the trial lecture. This is going to be the final lecture for education phase 2 for in-person education, and we'll be covering try. We want to start the product idea review in collaboration with the product team. This week they are severely busy, so we didn't have time to get on with this. But next week, this is going to be one of our plans. And we'll be continuing reviewing the learning paths that are being prepared for the upcoming project phase. Okay, I guess this is a promotion for 2 heads of education who have been leading their classes to be a deputy lead head of education for AIT education. So, okay. So congratulations to Simon McConnell and Galila. And I'll be happy if we hear some words from them. Clap your hands. First.
Right there.
Stay in the mic.
You guys both have a mic.
Okay, I'm Galila. I have been head of education for G51. I'm really excited about this. Burra has been messing with me for a while. But okay, thank you for this opportunity. I'm really excited.
Okay. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know why. I didn't expect this to happen, but he was talking with me about this. Even though I expected it, I'm still nervous. Well, I hope we're gonna have a good time.
Congratulations. No, it's not.
Thank you, guys. And they have achieved this because of their dedication and hard work. And I'll be expecting a lot more from them. They are going to help their teams and this generation of students to have the best experience with us. All right. Thank you, guys. Any questions for in-person education?
None.
Thank you, Raghi.
Thank you, Brookie. Okay, up next, we're going to have the Ghana education updates, which is going to be given to us remotely. So do we have Mati on the call? On our call, so do we have anyone from the Ethiopian in-person education to represent? And Mati is here. No, Mati is here. Mati is here. Yes. Mati, how are you?
Yes, doing good. I was watching from the YouTube stream and I thought I was inside the meeting. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. All right, go ahead.
All right. So, Ghana Education, we've started the project phase this week. We've had a couple of issues with the school regarding the labs. So we are not able to secure the labs from Tuesday until Thursday. We started the session on Monday. We couldn't use it until Thursday. And today they've approved for us to use the lab. So sessions will be continuing today. Next up, we have a new core dev member who joined us. So Ebabu is here. Maybe if you guys would like to say hi.
Hi, Tababu.
Hello, everyone.
Can we see you? Can you turn on your camera? Ooh. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How about you guys?
We're doing wonderful. Is that a new haircut, Tababu?
Unfortunately, yeah.
It looks nice. It looks nice. Don't worry. Good to have you on board on the team with the Ghana Education Squad.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
So another win is we're on the process of analyzing the project ideas, which will be finalized today. So the students have submitted a few ideas. They have prepared a slide for us. So they will be presenting and will be deciding which project idea to go with. And also we've started assessing their prompt mock interviews, which will be hopefully finalized by next week. So plans for the next week would be to conduct A2SV guidelines referring to development guidelines. So at A2SV, that's where Tebabu's expertise would be a lot helpful. So we have plans to conduct Git sessions about code reviews, about testing, about task tracking on Jira. So all of these sessions will be conducted next week. Basically, we're going to onboard them to the development. And after that, we're going to evaluate how much how successful the sessions were. We will have starter projects to see how they're going to implement the guidelines. So we'll finalize the plans for that next week. And also for the selected project idea, we need to finalize the documentations first. So we'll start working on the PRG next week. So these are the plans. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Martin.
All right.
Okay. Yes, up next, let's have Blaine out here, or Yared, for the remote education updates.
Thank you, Doug. Okay, so for remote education, group 5, we had the last week of camp this past week, and we had a lecture on trees, and we had a plan on releasing a YouTube lecture video, the video series we've been working on, but it's still in progress, so that's why it's in yellow. And we finished documentation for G5 remote education. We saw that in-person education there was good documentation, and we thought that would be beneficial for remote education as well. So we were able to finalize it this past week. And when we come to the plans for G5 education, we are going to extend the camp for this next week as well, to make sure that the students really understand the topics and we have achieved the goals that we have set out for our students. And another plan that we have is reviewing the documentation, and if there is any updates needed, then we're going to proceed with that. And also releasing the YouTube lecture video. And last plan that we have is, since the camp will be completely concluded in the next week, having a day out for our remote education heads, since we don't have camp trips. Okay, so when we come to DIME, which is the second year remote education, we had a plan on finalizing our team restructuring, but it's still in progress, and we will hopefully finalize it next week. And the other achievement we had is we finished the screen implementation, and we continued researching in the backend, and we continued on the web landing page implementation. And the plans that we have for our DIME team is finishing the team restructure, as I mentioned, also finalizing the the logics within the mobile screen implementation, and continuing the backend development. And also, before I finalize, like in Group 5 education, we did not have a lead for Group 5 up until now, but today we finally have a lead for remote education, G5. And on the next slide, we have Garata, recently promoted to G5 Head of Remote Education, and we're proud of him. And yeah, he's not here with us, but I don't think we have him.
No?
Yeah, we don't have him since. Yeah, but this is all about remote education. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Blaine. Okay. Up next, we can have our community education updates given to us by Bamni. Here you are.
Okay, hey everyone. For the community education update, first of all, we gave recap session on selected topic for our community students. There were some topics in which we didn't cover it deeply, and there were some community students that didn't get the topics as much as we wanted. So based on their feedback, we have given a recap session. The second one is, we have finalized the community education survey form. I think I have explained about the purpose of this forum last week. So mostly the main thing here is there are many people who are taking the interest form, but are not taking the second step to join the community education. So in order to get the visibility on that, we have created this form. I think it has been reviewed, and we got some comments on that, and we have updated the form based on the comments that we have gotten. So we have finalized that form. We'll be announcing that form most probably next week. The last one is work on some new features on the Acton website. Yeah, together with the web team, we are trying to develop some new features. First one is the countdown. I think that has already been integrated, and there is also another feature where people register. When people register, they can share that they have registered to the Acton, invite other people to register to the Acton. So that one is on progress, but we have started on working on these new features. Okay, going to the plans. The first one is going to be starting and finalizing division promotion. So we have done this one, I think, in April 24. So we have promised to do this every month. So May 24 is coming. So which is going to be next week. So we'll start the division promotion between like the divisions in the community education. The next one is finalizing tasks related with hackathon registration. So we have already finalized the registration form, but there are some tasks that needs to be done before we announce the registration, like creating the communication channel for the participants, doing the reach outs and like planning and doing the reach outs, creating guidelines for participants reach out. So we have actually started these tasks, and we hope to finalize them by the end of next week. Yeah, so the last plan is starting hackathon participants reach out. So we have done this in last year when the registration was open, but we have planned to do this one in 2 phases before the registration opens, just to promote the hackathon. And once the registration opened, we'll try to reach out to African students to share them the information. So I hope many heads of education will be part of this. We have finalized the guidelines, and we are planning to start on next week. So that would be all about the plans and the wheels. If you guys have any question, I will answer. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bamni. Yes, and up next we have the communications updates, which is usually given to us by Vanessa. Vanessa is not with us this week as well, so I will be giving you guys the communications updates that we've had throughout the week. So as for the wins, the A2SV weekly news shots for GTEx 2024, the hackathon, the internship wins have all been done. And yeah, this means like you guys are aware that we have created a weekly news session where we inform our followers on the internet and on social media as well, what's happening throughout the week, what are the most recent events that are happening. So if you can go to our LinkedIn page, you can find multiple of our weekly news. So that has been recorded, edited, and published that we managed to accomplish. The second one is the Skill Bridge project launch plan execution. So as you guys are aware, one of our core dev team projects, the Skill Bridge, is about to launch. The launch session for that is approaching fast. So it's the social media team's responsibility in order to facilitate, the execution. So we started creating this roadmap and ground rules and plans. So they have been acted upon, but they're not complete. Some videos are still pending to be finalized. That's why they're marked as yellow here. And the third point is GTEx pitch videos, banners, and social media announcements. All of these have been announced and finalized. As you guys are aware, GTEx is upon us. And pitch videos have been finalized yesterday. Also banners, banner designs and graphics that we're going to be using in order to promote A2SV and other core dev projects. They all have been finalized. And finally, the social media posts we've announced that that will be attending the GTEx event on our social media platform. The other one is the hackathon social media announcement and the website video. Our newest addition to our social media team has been working on the website video together with Ezgi, and the hackathon social media announcement has not commenced as of now, but every preparation and ground rule has been finalized. The other one is social media posts, the Meet series featuring Brooke McConnell. Again, that's something that we had scheduled, supposed to go live today. So again, that's another win. So the success stories production and video shoot, that's the reason why I put blue here, is this is going to be a recurring task for the coming weeks. So as you guys are aware, we've had 6 of our A2SV members, 4 of them have managed to secure an internship position at Google. The other 2 has managed to secure a same offer at Bloomberg. So what we decided to do is we're going to be shipping these success story motion graphics, like normal congratulations graphics on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. And as for the success stories, we're going to have a sit down with one of these interns. We're going to have a video shoot with them. We're going to share a success story. The one for IPSA has already been completed. We managed to secure some, managed to get some feedbacks and inputs from Mr. Ali and Emre today as well. Those have been acted upon, and hopefully the coming weeks, that's something that we're going to be shipping. And also recorded some video shoots with another intern, Fikarna, who secured an internship at Bloomberg. That's also something that's going to be happening next week. And another one is the social media workshop, Camera 101. Our head of social media, Ezgi, has took a chance of connecting us with a very, very expert at his task, let's say. And we managed to have this workshop session with him on Thursday. It was actually open for everyone who wanted to attend this workshop session. This individual was, he's really famous for his work, especially in Hollywood as well. So yeah, we managed to have this Camera 101 workshop with him. It took 2 hours. It was very insightful. So yeah, moving forward, maybe the video shoots we're going to have with you guys is going to be more professional. And yeah, it was really insightful, guys. I'm telling you, it was really good. And as for the plans, the GTEx media team roadmap document is going to come. This was supposed to be ready this week, but we didn't have Vanessa with us. She wasn't very active this week. So hopefully over the weekend, that's something that she could help us execute. We're going to have a very solid roadmap for the social media team, what we're going to do for the GTEx event in Morocco or
every year
in here as well. The preparation is going to be laid out, and we're going to have a very solid roadmap on what we should expect. The SkillBridge launch plan execution, like I said, it's been initiated, and hopefully next week, this is something that we're going to finalize. And again, the recurring task of the success stories production, Fikarna, Anania, Henon, these are individuals that we managed to secure, who managed to secure internships. We will be having success story video shoots with them, and we will be announcing it to the public. Another one is Viner Media workshop. So another workshop that we'll be having. Viner Media is a very, very popular production company. It's actually verified on Instagram. You guys can go and check them out. We will be having a one-on-one workshop with them, open for any A2SV who has any kind of curiosity for camera or any kind of media work as well. So please, we're going to be announcing this on social media. So all you guys have to do is just click the link, attend either on YouTube or on Google Meet. Yes, social media presence. The hackathon testimonial videos are going to be published. As you guys are aware, hackathon is really approaching fast. So this is the time that we're going to be making noise on social media. And finally, GTEx announcement, second round. We're going to be again making some noise about our GTEx. And going to be what we're going to be having from the communications department. If you guys have any questions, please direct them to me. If not, we can go to our products updates, which will be given to us by Mary. Mary, before you do so, let's have our G5 members leave as they have to go. Let's just give them 1 minute. Guys.
I think I can start. Okay, for the wins, even next week. The other one is we are also working on the business plan document for core day project. So we, at least for GTEx, like we will have some document that explain what our business plan is. The other one is we are following up on our nomination. It is our nomination is like last week. I think Zalalam has briefed us. It's Global Startup Award. We are our core day projects have been nominated, so we will expect on June like the first announcement. So we have followed up on that, and the other one is consultation for business license for core day projects. We have contacted like the ክፍለ ከተማ bureaus for business license, and so we are going to continue like decide on the first step to take next week. And the other one is we're having UI designs and reviews for student projects. So since our student projects are continuing, we are constantly updating the designs and also reviews. So that continued. And the other one is we, as most of you knows, we were preparing on GTEx by like accommodation, display equipment, visas, and the promotional materials. So we were involving on that. And the other one is we were having a constant pitch deck reviews for core day projects. So in the pitch decks have been submitted yesterday. This is the wins we have for the week. And the plans next week is we are going to also work on finalizing brochures and rollouts for Cordev and also Scalit. And the other one is we are also going to finalize the UI design for landing page for Scalit. And we, since G5 project phase will going to start soon, we are going to work with education squad to select our next projects. And the final preparation for GTEx would be like will be began next week. The other one is we also decide, as I have mentioned earlier, decide on the first step to take on our business license. And the other one is we have to prepare for our communication with already booked investors. So for the GTEx, when in the GTEx Expo, we are going to meet with pre-booked investors. So we will prepare how we are going to communicate with them next week. And the other one is we will do like a product tasting for core day projects before they are displayed or before they go to the GTEx Expo. And this is the plan we have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Yes, and up next, we're going to be having the organizational updates given to us by Emre. Emre, take the stage.
All right, thank you, Dagim. So, relatively speaking, this was a busy week, team, and we get a lot done. So, when we look at the list, obviously, GTEx preparations are going on. And yesterday, I believe we had our longest night at A2SV. So, with some team leaders, we closed the office after 2 a.m. because the deadline was last night, but they pushed it to tonight. But we didn't actually learn about it early. As a result, 4 of our projects finalized their submissions, or at least like their output came to the level of sending them. And one of them is still working on it, and it will arrive to the finish line today. So overall, when I look at the content personally, I feel proud of the work that we have done. The quality is so good that those presentations, those 1-minute videos, they explain our products and how they can actually provide real-world solutions for Africans. So continue getting excited because the event is right around the corner. Today is 17th of May, and our trip is starting on 26th of May for many of us. Less than 10 days. Let the countdown begin. Next, so this week, in terms of funding, I had 2 calls. The first one was with Bloomberg. Long story short, the philanthropy arm finished their due diligence and we get the clearance. So they want to financially sponsor us. In terms of details, the meeting is going to take place before the end of June. So I have expressed our situation and the urgency, and Rumana said she's going to do her best, but the expected timeline is we are going to have this important call with them by the end of June. So the Faro Foundation, a very interesting one, sourced by Mr. Ali. So they do very relevant things. And in the past, they have been distributing grants. Now they are more doing things by their own hands. So our connection and our future partnership is not going to be in terms of they are going to give us money, but there can be some common projects that we can do. They have high schools. They are interested in potentially utilizing A2SV education in their schools. And they have interest in Ethiopia, Somalia, and some other African countries, especially in the East Africa. In terms of opportunities, another company sourced by Mr. Ali, Bending Spoon, an Italian company who have developers all around the world. We had a very productive call with Eva. So the way we reached out to them, Alabi sent some messages from my profile to some of the workers in that company. And one of them suggested us to have a talk with Eva. And then we had the call. So they are very interested in, and they have remote workers from all over the place. And they are really looking forward to become a new interview partner. So they are going to try some A2SVians. And after that, if they get good results, then we are going to proceed to provide more talent. Next, in terms of partnerships, so that may look a bit interesting, even if AIT is our first partner school. Finally, we are going to formalize things. And we had the call with Dr. Edefolius. And the meeting went quite positive. So after we had their recommendations, we hope that in the next couple of weeks, we are going to have a meeting to make things formalized. So in terms of mentorships, last week, Fanta, who is an experienced, I would say 10 plus years experience, mostly in web development and full stack development. He's currently working at Glovo and located in Barcelona. Our project leaders had a call. So I didn't get the updates after, but he may be a mentor for our development team. And the other call, Laura Steinberger. So she has experience bringing sustainability to non-profit organizations like ours. We had a very nice call, and her suggestion was going after companies who have funded our competitors, similar organizations, as well as technology and education events in Africa. So that's a good suggestion, because there is a past behavior shown by those organizations, which can potentially help us to get some benefits. And when we look at the plans for the next week, obviously GITEX preparations are going to continue. So I need to handle my visa for UK, because my 5 years visa just expired 2 weeks ago, guys. And I'm going to have my trip in a week. Therefore, next week we are going to handle that. The paperwork is finished. We just need Nati to initiate the process. Laptops, they were expected to be taken today. Nati said, again, the process is finished. We are going to go next week and get it, he said, hopefully. So my trip is starting on Friday. Due to the flight ticket price situation, I'm going to fly to London, and the next day with Jordanos, I will come to Marrakesh. So we are going to meet at the airport on 26th, team. But due to ticket prices, I had to leave a bit early. And we will see each other, hopefully, on Sunday. And lastly, Aido meeting. So this guy, he has been the executive director of Greenpeace for about 6 years, from 2009 to 2015. He's a very influential and well-connected person. And we got connected with him through Mr. Baha, who is my mentor. One of his friends is his secretary. He currently has a position in Stanford, I believe. And that meeting is going to take place on 23rd of May. So this is a very important one, because he is in the position of connecting us with people and organizations who can directly help us. So this is the plans for the next week. And lastly, team, as you may have noticed, we have two valuable visitors here. Mr. Ali, who is our head of operations. He is here today, but his flight is also tonight. But don't worry, he's going to be back. I think it was June 2nd. And then he'll be around for 10 days, right, Ali Abi? When I'm not here, he's going to be here, guys. This is going to happen for the first time. I'm very excited. Please show him Habesha hospitality. And another familiar face, Sheriff. So he's a great friend of mine. In the past, he has come here, get the experience of how to become an A2SV student, right? Maybe for a week or so. And he's very smart. He has a great business eye, and he loves contributing us in many ways, guys. So his last contribution was saving A2SV trip 2024. So we weren't able to bring the t-shirts on time. But Sheriff, even if he just came from another international trip 2 days ago, after we realized that there are no other options, he suggested that Emre, I can bring the t-shirts. And he did. So that's how we were able to go to the trip with our A2SV t-shirts. So like I would like to welcome both of them on behalf of the team. And we already had a great conversation yesterday. Is there anything else that you want to add? The senior remarks. All right. In that case, now let's get just a few words from Sheriff. Come on. Come on, don't be shy. That's the first thing that we try to teach at A2SV, Sheriff.
I'm not good at speaking. Sorry, all. Ne anlatalım ya? Neyle ilgili konuşuyoruz?
First off, like you have more life experience than many of our students and teammates here, right? How old are you?
I'm 34 years old.
Yes. And like many of us here, probably 24 or younger, right? Can we see hands? 24 or younger people. So that is about a
Very
decade.
young audience.
So if you have a chance to give an advice to your 10 years younger version, we have plenty of them in the room. What would you tell them?
Very good question. Normally, I'm computer scientist, but now I'm businessman in Turkey. If I was 10 years younger, how can I say to myself? Really important point is hardworking and not afraid of anything, because I changed my career 3 or 4 times. Computer scientist, engineering, and businessman, like different fields, real estate company, pharmaceutical company, or how can I say, import and export company. Do not be afraid. What do you want to do? Please do it. It's the most important part of the life. It's okay?
Thank you, Sheriff. Yes.
Okay.
One more question.
Yeah.
So, so the next question is about like you are seeing A2SV here and there as an outsider. What do you see in A2SV? Like, is there anything that we may be blind because we are in it?
Firstly, I come to here a year ago. In my first time, there is lots of differences. More professional profiles, more professional team. It will be day by day, and now it's global project. It was not that kind of global. In my point of view, now it's global, and it will be spread all over the Africa and all over the world. Easy way. Okay.
Thank you very
I'm
much,
not
Sheriff.
good at speaking.
Thank
Okay,
you. No,
thank
you are. I think you are a lot better speaker than you think. And thank you very much for your time. Thanks for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheriff. You're welcome. All right. Up next, we're just going to be going over our Generation 4 projects real quick. After that, we're going to be going over core dev updates. And then finally, we're going to be ending our session with the conclusive remarks. All right. Up next, we have Bazaar, given to us by Fatsum, or Bazaar representative. Introduce yourself and give us a rundown of what happened throughout the week.
Hello everyone, I'm Fatsum. So for Bazaar wins, last week we have been mainly working on testing completed features and also integrating test coverage tools. Now each of our 3 teams have already integrated the test coverage tools, and they have managed to determine how much percentage of their code base is tested. We have implemented the business dashboard, which is the dashboard for the seller, and we have onboarded our new mobile intern from SkillBridge, I think. And we had a sync with BI and UI/UX team regarding some features that need to be added and modified, like the user profile and the business dashboard. And currently, we are working on the chatbot integration. Most of the backend work is done. We are also working finalizing our first MVP. Testing the chatbot feature hasn't yet been done, as this feature is not completed. It's not completed. And for our plans, we plan to finalize our first MVP, which includes the chatbot integration, the dashboard integration with backend, and also some code refactoring. And we have planned to show our first MVP on the next demo. And also G4 second year education also in next week. And we also have planned to have discussion on some non-MVP features that we are going to work on after our first MVP. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, up next, let's have a Team Hub given to us by Katama.
Hello, everyone. So from Hackathon, we don't have a lot of wins this week. Last week, we have integrated the code recovery tools for all. We have integrated the code recovery tool for all the teams last week. This week, we have improved the code coverage, which means the test coverage of all the features. So last week, we have been working on a profile feature. We'll be able to finalize it this week. We have finalized the chatbot feature from the backend side. Last week, we finalized the UI implementation. This week, we completed the backend side. From the plans, we will continue working on improving the test coverage. And since we completed the profile feature, we will continue testing and improving the code coverage. And from the chatbot, the backend is completed, so we will integrate that part. And since the second year education is coming to an end, we will finalize this MVP and show the demo. Yeah, we have been doing interviews with Blue Hills doctors and some doctors from the Kadis Paulus hospitals. So based on that, we'll plan for the next MVP. Thank you.
Thank you, Katama. Right here.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Ebenezer from Rideshare. Okay. I'm Ebenezer from Rideshare backend team. I will be presenting for Rideshare weekly wins and the plans. Our wins continue development and testing, and we finalized all the backend features of the current MVP, and we move on the testing, and we have already integrated the testing coverage tools, and as well we finalize payment integration, which is Chapa payment integration, and the push notification on the full stack, and other we are in progress of integrating onboarding and authentication from driver side on app, and as well we are in progress to finalizing the current MVP rider side mobile app and continue development on the rider side. And on this week, we have added some UI and UX design for the both mobile and web team. And this our this past week wins. And our plans obviously continue development and testing, and we will finalize the current MVP writers site for the mobile app as the second generation will be done by Wednesday, I guess. And our plan and our next plan is integrating onboarding and authentication for driver side app and working a package selection flow on the driver side mobile app. And since there was some recent review on UI and the UX design, and we'll update that on the both mobile and mobile UI. And thank you.
Thank you. All right, up next we have Escalate, given to us by Abigail, which is going to be remote. Abby, do we have you?
Yeah, I'm here. So for Escalate this week, we are mainly focusing on refining the designs and redesigning, like making it more dynamic. So that was what we were mainly working on. But we also had the chance to work on implementing optimized search functions. Due to the fact that we were focusing on redesigning, we weren't able to complete three things. One was integrating Calendly API for schedule management, but it will be done next week. It also code signal integration research and implementation was supposed to be done this week, but we will be finishing that next week as well. As part of the redesigning, the landing and about us page has been redesigned mostly, and it will be finished by next week. We've also worked on the user story finalization for the client-side features. So for the plans next week, one is to complete client-side UI design and implementation. The other one is we're going to be completing the ongoing tasks, which I mentioned before, the 3 tasks. Another thing we'll be working on is the client-side feature from the backend side. We will be implementing that, and we'll also be writing backend API test code. So Dagi, if you could go to the next page. Yeah, so for Escalate wins, this week one student was able to secure an Escalate hire, that's Kiribel Sintayo, and we wanted to mention that here.
It's actually very, very solid news, Abigail. There is a reason why I made that mistake, actually. Abby is part of our team now, and she gives her updates right after Ezgi does that, so I said it. Anyway, that's actually a very solid win, and congratulations to the entire Escalate team. All right. Up next, let's have updates from Vertex given to us by Josie. Josie, we have you.
Okay, hi everyone. So I'll be giving you the Vertex updates. So for this week, we've been trying to, not trying actually, we did integrate the judging API with the backend so that the problem can be judged by the backend. So the next one is we implemented the test case CRUD update. So we've implemented it last time, but now we just updated the CRUD logics. So the next one is we've implemented OutGuard. So that from now on, every transaction with the backend will be guarded with tokens so that we know every user. So the next one is there was a UI change in the web. So we implemented all UI changes, and then we started the next sprint. And then we added a new page between the learning path and then the content list so that the person can understand what that learning path provides. And then we finished the profile page implementation for the mobile app. So, and then we also finished the problem page within the mobile app. So this is the wins that we had during this week. So the plan is we will be modifying the judging API to submit solutions so that currently we had the API to run some solutions based on some test cases. And then we will try to update it to manage solution that were submitted. So the next one is we will be tracking user progress for each problem so that it is accepted or not, or it's attempted or not. So it's opened or not. So we'll be implementing a logic, and then we'll try to track user progress for the problems. And then one thing we are trying or we are planning to do is trying to handle the custom test cases so that a user can provide their own test case for any question and then test that question based on their test cases. So we'll be trying to implement that one as well. And then we'll try to finish from the web and the mobile side. We'll try to finish any or every problem related pages so that user can like solve problems using that web and mobile applications. So the last one is we'll finish updating the new UI change. So like I've said, there has been some UI updates in the web and the mobile applications, so that now we'll be trying to update all of the UIs and then finish updating it. So this is what we had from Vertex. Thank you.
Thank you, Yossi. And finally, from the remote team, let's have updates from SparkTank. Clay.
Yes, so hello everyone. My name is Akil Assume, and I'm the web team lead for SparkTank. So for this week, our SparkTank updates include we continue the development and testing for the SparkTank, and also the proposal builder integration is finished, as well as the feed page integration. And other than that, we have reviewed our mobile and web implementations, and we've also scheduled an interview with incubators. So the on the progress part, we have started creating a new UI for our proposal builder, and also it's gonna get reviewed. So one thing we didn't do this week that we were supposed to do is that we had to discuss with Afrochat team about the AI features, but since we haven't finished designing our AI and its features, we have postponed that to the next week's plan. So for the next week, we have the alpha test mobile app plan. We are going to do the alpha testing, and we're going to continue the development and testing for the whole project. And other than that, we have conduct interview with Inobzik incubator. And other than that, we have to add UI designs for the proposal builder, and also we're gonna get it reviewed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akli. All right, finally, let's have a rundown of our core development team updates. So, adults, what do we have for adults? We have TG. Yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Tigist. I'm one of backend developer at Adult. This week, one of our focus was the GTX deliverables. We finalized our pitch deck and Supernova competitions. For Supernova competitions, the next one is we continue to implement Doctor's Flow, both the UI and backend APIs, specifically for vital signs, key counter, and contraction timer. The last one is we also continued working on landing page. We designed the UI, and for next week, we will prepare for GTX, and we will continue our implementation on Doctor's Flow for due date calculator, chat, and reading materials page. And the other one is continue UI design and also implementing the finished page. And the other one is testing the adult mobile app and try to find problems and also try to solve that. And the last one is we will go to Morocco. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, I would like to take a minute to look at the 1-minute pitch from adults, if you guys won't mind.
Can you give the background information? What are those 1-minute bits?
All right. So, as you might have heard from TG, the trip to Morocco is solely intended for the GTX event. So in this event, there is the Supernova competition, 1-minute pitch competition, where all of the attendees for this event will have to provide, right? So there are certain rules that went into this competition. So in order to be eligible, you need to have a 1-minute solid pitch. It doesn't need to have any kind of visual materials on it. It just needs to be a very solid 1-minute idea, basically about what your project stands for, right? There's also something called the elevator pitch. You guys have actually might have heard of it. So if you had a chance to go from ground floor up until the 10th floor of a certain building and you're stuck in an elevator with an investor, you only have like 60 seconds to pitch your idea to that investor, right? Obviously, you will not have any kind of solid or positive feedback from or positive gaining from that investor in that elevator. But what you might get is a very meeting invitation, so you can further illustrate and describe your project or product better. So basically, that's what the elevator pitch stands for. And these 1-minute pitches are very curated, let's say, to audiences of such kind. So let's take a minute to look at what Adot has prepared. 45 seconds, actually. So if Adot now is standing in front of an investor, this is what you'll be sharing for that individual. Let's get into it.
Every year, about 300,000 lives are lost in the journey. Every year, about 300,000 lives are lost in the journey towards motherhood due to preventable conditions. That's about 800 lives a day. This is the harsh reality for African mothers and children. So why is this happening? Pregnant women face many challenges, including insufficient information, difficulty tracking their pregnancy, and emotional stress from lack of support. This is precisely what Adot aims to bridge. We provide a digital companion with access to healthcare professionals, personalized healthcare information, and monitoring tools. Additionally, we offer community support and AI assistance for tailored guidance. With Adot, we're not just transforming the motherhood journey, we're saving lives.
Okay. All right, Akil.
Okay, for this week, our updates are we finalized the Supernova pitch competition deliverables, which is the 1 minute video and also the pitch deck. We've also finished and integrated the rate and review features on our mobile app as well as on the web platform. We have also added average response time for organizations in backend. So we will be updating it with the UI. And we have also redesigned and implemented the applicant detail page with past volunteering experience as well as the rate and review. So these are the wins for Akil. For next week, we'll continue working, preparing for the GTX Expo. Yeah, the long-awaited trip is also next week. We'll like review and test the whole platform, which means the web and the mobile app, before presenting it on GTX. And we'll do the content updates on our landing page with the latest updates and finalize it for the GTX Expo.
Thank you, Mike. And again, we can quickly go over the 1 minute pitch for Akil as well. Here we are. So that's the 1 minute pitch for Akil as well. So this is basically what they're going to pitch for potentially people like Emre who are invested in these, sectors. Let's say like NGOs. So this 1 minute, they're supposed to catch the attention of these individuals. And yes, how do you guys find that as well? Really good, right? Yes. Okay. Up next, let's go over AfroChat, and which is going to be given to us by Abid.
Hey everyone, I'm Abel, Deputy Leader of AfroChat. So for this week, we have continued fixing bugs and also worked on improvement. We have bug tracking sheet on Excel sheet, and based on that, every team member is required to fill at least 10 bugs that they could find from the mobile app, and also, as well as the iOS and the Android. So we've been working on that, and for the iOS, we have made like a good progress, and currently we are waiting for Apple's approval for test flight. So after that, we will be sharing you the links, and you would be able to install it on your iOS application. So yeah, that's the update for web, and working working on the web app, and we have actually we have mostly finished most of the UI component and most of the integration. So there are some finalizing steps that should be done, and those are our plans for the next week. We have integrated the payment package for our premium features. We haven't yet decided on the rules on the cost and everything stuff on how much we are going to ask the users for each features, and that will be changed that would be changed after we after this whole thing is finished and we got data from the user, and based on the user's interaction we can decide whether should we increase this one or not. So but for the implementation part, most of it is completed, and we have also reached more than 1,000 total users for Africa, so that's a big win for us. So for our plan, we have we will be preparing for GTX Expo final round, finalizing the web app, and we will also be continuing we will also continue to fix the bug and make some improvement for the mobile application. We are also now facing some issue on Play Store and App Store, so we are planning to finish those two by the next week. So yeah, that's all for AfroChat. Any questions?
Yes, of course. Up next, let's go over the pitch deck for AfroChat. That was it for AfroChat. We have two more cooked up for you. Yes.
Did you guys notice one thing that is different this one? Did you guys notice any difference? What did you notice? And here? Good, yes. What else? Huh?
The video, there is a guy.
There's a guy.
There was a guy who walked in the background.
Oh. What else? How about Lydia's eyes? That's the. Can you play the video? Where is looking? Huh? He's not looking at the camera, right? So even if the enthusiasm is there, everything is there. If you ask me, I would prefer all the other videos over this one. Just because of this, don't get me wrong. So it's very important that when you make it, you give your message to the audience. So it may not be perfect because if you read from the text, it's easier on you, right? But there's going to be a lot more natural. And if you ask me, that has a lot more chance of resonating with the audience than this one. So my recommendation, optimize for the writing text, which is here, not getting the support of reading text, but going with your words, and you can study. You don't have to say the exact words, but if it looks new, if it looks more natural, it's going to resonate better with the audience. So keep that in mind. I think we will already have a retake for this one, but in the future iterations, I want to see that you're speaking rather than reading. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Up next, let's have rate it. Initially, let's have the updates, and then finally, after that, we'll have the 1 minute pitch.
Okay. So for this week, for our wins, we've been working on our business app, as you guys would know. So and also a client app progress have made. For the client app, we've been working on ordering UI feature implementation, and then they've also done order management back integration for the mobile. And then the backend team worked on endpoints implementation that the mobile team used. And then we were working on the G6 deliverables. So working on the videos that you've seen so far, and then our pitch deck. And for the plans, we're going to continue the mobile app integration, both for the client app and then for the business. And there are remaining UIs to be done for the business platform. So we're going to finalize the designs for that. And we're also working on a web platform, but there have been some dependencies with the UI since the focus was mainly on GTX deliverables this time. The UI UX people were busy with that. So hopefully next week we would see some progress on the web there, and then we would start implementing the website of it. And we're going to have a session with, so Emre was mentioning about a session we have with Fontana. He had experience in our field, like he worked on a food ordering platform previously. So he knows about the internal systems there. So he is collaborating with us to show us some things that we could learn on the internal implementation of their system. So we're going to have a session there, and then we're going to work on the payment integration for next week. So that's all we have for the plans and wins as well. Awesome.
Thank you, Bean.
Thank you.
All right, up next, let's go over the 1 minute pitch for Rate It as well. Team attention. That was it for Rate It. Any feedbacks, any comments? What do you guys think about the video? The best one yet? For real? What's up, Rick? The light, the exposure is too bright. Still, we tried to tune it down, but that was actually the first one is initially the television has like high opacity. If you can see it from the screen, everything looked fine. But that's also some comment we noticed. All right, and finally we have Skill Bridge. Let's initially get the updates from Dani, and we'll be going over the 1 minute pitch.
Okay, hi everyone. So for Skill Bridge this week, we've been trying to finalize content and the questions review with serial tutors. We're almost done, and we might have to do some final touches with them, but things are almost being finalized there. We wanted to work on some security measures Mami suggested. That has been started, but it's not finalized yet. There were some other deliverables that took priority, so we are executing on those. Others implementing some prioritized features. So we've managed to complete user stories and backend implementation of these features. So we have implemented incentivization for referrals in the contest, and contest ranking system is also implemented. On other end, mainly we've been executing two things actually this week on SkillBridge launch side and GitX deliverables. And on SkillBridge launch side, we've been trying to reach out to like as many influencers as possible, and like that's for promotion of the product basically, and that has been done. We've been also working on getting guest list, and Nati have been very helpful on this one. So he pretty much covered all the guests as we wanted to call for the event, and he took the responsibility, and that made it easier for us. But reaching out to some other guests like schools and students remain. So we're going to list out their contacts, and we're going to reach out to them. The other thing would be populating extract videos to database. So we've been extracting videos from YouTube, and this week we've populated it to database. Other things, GitX deliverables like other teams, and we're done with those. Next week, we will be working on some security measures like the ones I've mentioned earlier. And skill bridge launch execution will continue. Some prioritized features will be implemented. So like the backend for these features is done. So when our UI team completes the UI design for them, the mobile team will be implementing it. And the other thing would be adding images to questions and contents. It hasn't been done like for all questions and the contents. We're going to go over some contents and questions and add supporting images basically. That's it for us. Enjoy the video.
Thank you, Danny. Yes, and finally we can let's see the skill bridge 1 minute pitch. Any comments? Perfect, right? I know. So if you guys had to choose 1 out of the 5, which one would you choose? Reddit, adults. We have adults. We have Reddit. What is? AfroChat? Who said AfroChat? The skill bridge? All of them were wonderful team. So yeah, this was it for the 1 minute pitch. Maybe next time they could also take the chance to show you guys the presentation, the slides that they have for the project itself. It's really wonderful. Everything has been reviewed and done down to the minute detail, and everything is absolutely perfect. And I would just like to congratulate everyone for everyone's effort.
I'm sorry, I have to do the correction here because not everything is perfect. It can always be better, right? I am proud of the output that we produced. I don't want this to be misunderstood. This is a great job because in the past we know our skill in data structures, algorithms, problem solving, but engineers are not really known for their ability to communicate ideas in an effective manner in front of camera. And right now at A2SV we are changing. All of our project leaders are getting better and better, and we are going to see more and more people in front of camera. Because Steve, at the end of the day, there is no one in this room who debates the importance of communication skills. And how do we get better at that? How do we get better at in front of camera? Right? Day by day, after you do this again and again, how does it feel now? How was it for the first time you did it versus now? Right? It's like anything, guys. When you jump into the water, you don't know how to swim at first. It takes time. But like anything, it's learnable, right? Therefore, see the opportunity. Take such kind of opportunity. Give your message about your product, about your work to the world, to the team. Thank you.
Thank you, Emre. And finally, let's have the conclusive remarks, which is going to be given to us by Mr. Ali.
Thank you, Dagim. There is no quote of today?
Yes.
It's really good to be back to Addis again after 1 year. And Mr. Alper assigned me to the job of quote of the day. And chance favors the prepared mind by Pastor. I like since my university times. And it means a lot to me because I saw what preparation does to a people's career throughout his life. If you are prepared, for example, you are applying for a job, you are applying for scholarship, and you need to show your ability, you need to show your capability, you need to show your technical mindset. To do that, you need to do everything up until that point. For me, I studied hard during the university and that paid off for me. For example, I got the scholarship. I got the out of 1,000 people, 10 people passed the stock exchange exam and I passed it. Those are because I studied hard. That's what you are doing now. And it's paying off. Right? You are seeing your friends getting good job offers and better opportunities because of the hard work they did during their college life and during their stay in A2SV. From last year, what I see to this year, as Sheref also said, there is a huge progress. Now we have 800 students, 400 remote, 600 in person as well. And it's a big number, I mean. We are giving a similar to college education, free of charge, the people that we train. Head of educations are all A2SVs. And it's a process. A2SVs teaching A2SVs. Africans teaching Africans. You don't need anybody else. You are smart enough to show the world that you are better than everybody. Because you are better than. Now we have hackathon. It's a big thing. Last year I looked at all the hackathons done in Africa and also South Africa. They spend a lot of money and a lot of professional people involved. But after 3 years of trying, they gave up. This year they are not doing it. Now, technically, we are the largest, biggest hackathon in Africa. How we did it? We did it with 800 people. It's not easy because with money they cannot do it. That's the beauty. Now, this year, we are going to put our stamp on it. With all the efforts that we are going to do together, we are going to say, we are the biggest, we are the largest, we are the most effective hackathon in Africa. We need to do it. We need to play to win. And we are winning it. Whether you see or not, we are winning it. What else we have? We are testing now remote education. I don't know how do you feel? Because it's not easy to remote education. It's different than in-person education. There are hardships. Okay, we are, I don't know the number, one head of education to 5 big numbers. Technically in education, big number, big number. You don't see in big universities this number. One teacher in 5 students. We are doing it. Why? Because we want their same level as the in-person education students. And if we can show, for example, after 1 2 years, if we can show that, okay, we can do remote too, and this will open new doors to us. Without, for example, now we are countries. Maybe we are going to have students from 100 countries beyond Africa. And you are going to be teaching them. That's a very good thing. From Ethiopia, kids are successful software engineers. They've done their job learning it, and now they are teaching everybody how to do it. Other than remote education, now I am seeing the projects. Last night we spent until 3 a.m. Doing the final touches. I'm impressed. Normally last year we didn't tell anything. Now we have 5 good projects plus the talent marketplace to show to the world that we are doing it. You are doing it. The A2SV system is doing it. We are not the software engineers. We are seeing the problem. We are seeing the solution. We are coordinating everybody to solve that problem. We are solving the technical issues. We are solving the business issues. We are solving the marketing issues also. Normally, nobody teaches this to you. You are learning by doing. And it's a good thing because it will stay with you. When you experience it, when you do it yourself, it will stay with you. You will understand. And whenever you involve in, for example, if you are applying for a job, you are gonna do your own app, do your own project. Now you have something to show. Compare, for example, you are applying for a job, 1,000 people are applying for the same job, but we are different. As if you work in a company 1 to 2 years, you are beyond their capabilities, the new graduates. You are different. Believe in that. Do your best. Be prepared. In life, as far as I see in my experience and my friends' experience, opportunity, big opportunity for you will come 1 or 2 or 3 times. It did for me, and I realized it. Why? Because I was prepared. You need to qualify for that opportunity. Okay, opportunity is there, but you are not qualified. You spend 15 years of your life in studying, doing things, but we are not qualified. Opportunity is there, we are not grasping it. It's a missed opportunity, but we are not going to get the second, third one maybe. These projects are really important. Now we are going to showcase our project at GTEx Africa with the team, 30 people. I'm really excited to be with the team, seeing them presenting to the investor and also seeing other projects, other people how they present their projects. You are going to be seeing for the first time. It's a good experience. You are going to show yourself, you are going to sell your project, and you are going to see how others are selling. And you need to observe that. You need to see the opportunity, what they are doing, how they are succeeding. And you are going to experience the harsh reality of the investors. They are going to ask you questions that you don't have answers. But next time, you will do your work, you will study and answer. It's an experience. And A2SV is a unique place, I am telling you. There is no such organization in the world. I mean, we have everything. We have academy, we have projects, we have now talent marketplace, which will sustain us for the future. We don't need anybody as far as we have you and you are doing your job and the system works. And you need to play to win. That's the thing. You need to play to win. Be your best to win. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lami. And yes, we end the May 17th today's weekly wins event. Happy weekends, everybody, and thank you for attending. See you next week. Goodbye.